Oklahoma is taking its war on woke to a new level. It's now going to test incoming teachers from New York and California, teachers who are coming there from those states, with an America First exam. The state's superintendent says the 50-question test, which covers government, religion, and gender, will screen out, quote, woke indoctrinators with left-wing views. Conservative media nonprofit PragerU helped create the test. They also put together teaching material for the Oklahoma school system. Here is a taste of what they're about.
Slavery is as old as time and has taken place in every corner of the world, even amongst the people I just left. Being taken as a slave is better than being killed, no? I don't see the problem.
Most gender stereotypes exist because they reflect the way that men and women are naturally different.
One of the most beautiful things God has created is a woman's smile. It can fill a room with energy and joy. Just try smiling and see how it affects the people around you.
Wow. Joining us now, you're trying not to smile, MSNBC
I'm trying to show you a woman's smile, Katie.
And co-anchor of the Weekend Primetime, Antonia. I think you're beautiful, even when you're scowling, Antonia.
I'll try not to do that today.
All right. This is a lot.
It is a lot. Look, this is really an escalation, too, because for years now, you and I have covered, we've talked about these stories, the way in which the right, from sort of a local level up to the very top of our politics, has tried to change our educational system. But for so long, the politicians, the players, the teachers that I spoke to in these spaces, they said, well, this is really about supplemental material. Originally, when Oklahoma brought PragerU into the school system, that's kind of how they described it. Well, we already have to teach all this liberal stuff, but now they'll get exposed to some conservative viewpoints. But this is a very interesting shift because PragerU is now essentially going to be involved in the teacher certification and approval process.
Slavery is better than being killed.
And Christopher Columbus ends that saying, I don't see a problem. I mean, this is very ideological stuff. And to PragerU's credit, actually, when I've spoken to founder Dennis Prager, conservative, controversial radio host, he openly says this is a conservative, pro-America, patriotic place. He's not trying to pretend.
How come you can't do that in a way where you say, hey, listen, here's the history of slavery, and there are many different wrinkles to it. There's the history of white abolitionists fighting to end it. There's the fights that were happening on the floor of the House in the lead up to the Civil War as white lawmakers were fighting other white lawmakers. You can add that into it. You can add the stuff about African slave trade into it, but that is not contextualizing it. That's not adding in all the layers. That's saying it wasn't bad.
You're right. I mean, that is what teachers in states like Oklahoma and Texas and some of the other places where there's been a push to bring this kind of movement and change to education in, they pushed back saying just that actually we already do supplement with all kinds of perspectives. We use a lot of, there are a ton of primary source documents from that time period written from the perspective of slaves and from slave owners, business owners, observers, international trading partners. There is so much for teachers to work with here. They were not asking for a sort of fake Christopher Columbus or any of the other characters they use in these programs to retell an American story.
Their allegation is that what is happening because of the teaching of slavery and the way it's being taught now and the intense focus on identity and race, it's made white kids feel bad about themselves. And they argue it's made black kids feel like they can't do anything else.
I've spent a lot of time talking to kids. It's really hard to find white students. I've spent time in Oklahoma covering this, all across our country, from the blue states of California and New York that are the targets of this move in Oklahoma to very red states. That's not what's actually happening in the classroom. You can talk to teachers, too. Kids are very eager to have some of these hard conversations. They like the classes where they're encouraged to debate with each other, where they learn more about each other's culture. And often the parents want that, too. So what I've seen in this movement is it's a lot of this political top-down speaking for children and sort of telling us what they think or what we believe they should think instead of allowing them to actually tell us what school is like and allowing the people who spend 8+ hours a day with them to have a say in our educational processes. That's being lost. And what you're seeing here is a very ideological shift that's in Oklahoma now, but there's potential for it to go elsewhere, Katie.
Antonia Hilton, really good to have you on this. Thank you so much. We are just so happy that you were able to join us today. Make sure to watch Antonia on the Weekend Primetime every Saturday and Sunday night from 6 to 9. You get 3 whole hours right here on MSNBC.